Millions of acres of corn-growing land across the U.S. are under threat. Why? Because millions of invasive feral hogs are devouring everything in their path. From newly planted seeds to fully grown crops, nothing is safe. So how do farmers fight back against these relentless, destructive invaders? This video explores the real crisis happening in America's farmland and what's being done to protect the heart of U.S. agriculture. If you find this topic important, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support more content like this. In the state of Texas, one of America's biggest corn producers, feral hogs have become a serious agricultural nightmare. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, Texas had around 10.7 million acres of cornfields in 2024. Shockingly, over 1.5 million acres, that's about 14% of the total, were severely damaged or destroyed by wild hog activity. These animals trample through entire fields, uproot corn plants, and consume newly planted seeds. They leave behind a terrifying mess: torn up soil, hoof prints, and fur scattered everywhere. The central region of Texas, where wild boar density is highest, is suffering the most. According to the Texas Farmers Association, damage to the agricultural industry from feral hogs has reached an estimated $800 million in 2024 alone. To push back against the destruction, daytime hunting has become a key tactic for farmers and local hunters in Texas. During daylight hours, authorized hunters are granted access to cornfields where they use rifles, scopes, and other hunting tools to target wild boars. The open visibility and rural terrain make this the most common and practical method of controlling the population. In 2024, one of the largest wild boars hunted during the day weighed in at 680 pounds. That single animal was valued at around $3,500, based on current wild boar meat prices in Texas. Day hunting alone has resulted in the capture of an estimated 100,000 feral hogs per year across Texas cornfields. While it doesn't eliminate the problem, it's a critical line of defense that helps protect crops and contain damage. While daytime hunts help, wild boars are mostly nocturnal, which means they do most of their feeding and destruction at night. To match their behavior, drone-assisted night hunting has emerged as a game-changing solution. Equipped with infrared cameras, drones allow hunters to spot wild boars moving through cornfields even in complete darkness. Once identified, high-intensity flashlights are used to light up target zones, giving hunters an accurate real-time view of the animal's movements. With the help of precision gear, night hunting has become even more effective than daytime efforts. Hunters can cover more ground, and the animals are often caught off guard. In fact, the largest wild boar ever captured at night in Texas weighed a whopping 800 pounds, worth an estimated $4,000 based on local meat prices.
Get them loaded up.
Thanks to drones, landowners now have eyes in the sky, turning the cover of darkness into a powerful hunting advantage. In areas where visibility is high, like freshly harvested fields or preseason prep zones, aerial hunting becomes not only possible, but highly effective. With no trees to block the view, wild boars are easier to spot from above. That's where planes and helicopters come into play. Twin-engine helicopters are the most common, as they can carry multiple hunters and more equipment compared to single-engine types. But when maneuvering through narrow, hard-to-reach areas, single-engine helicopters are preferred for their agility. A standard hunt begins by flying high to scan for hog movement, reducing noise impact on residential areas. Once targets are located, the pilot brings the helicopter low and steady, allowing hunters to focus and strike accurately. Helicopter hunting covers larger areas faster, reduces direct risk to hunters, and is especially useful in remote rural zones. But it's not without drawbacks. The cost of helicopters and helipads is high, and the noise and fuel emissions can be disruptive to both wildlife and nearby communities. Still, for many farmers, it's a price worth paying to save millions in crops. So if wild boars are mostly rural animals, why are they showing up in cities and neighborhoods? It often starts small. Someone sees a wild boar near the forest edge. Maybe they throw it some food, and just like that, a pattern begins. Boars are smart and opportunistic. Once they associate human spaces with food, they return again and again. In some communities, people have even started feeding wild boars intentionally, giving them milk, leftovers, or even letting them rest indoors. This is extremely dangerous. Wild boars are unpredictable. They may seem tame, but their instincts are still wild. If they feel threatened, hungry, or smell food, they can become aggressive in seconds. Worse still, their scent attracts others. Some boar species travel in herds, and if one is nearby, more may follow. What starts as a cute encounter can quickly escalate into a safety risk, especially for children, pets, and unsuspecting neighbors. If you live in an area where wild boars are active, prevention starts at home. First, do not feed wild boars under any circumstances. It may feel harmless, even compassionate, but it encourages dangerous behavior. In many places, feeding them is illegal. Second, secure your property. One man in a Texas suburb noticed wild boars circling his backyard. He took immediate action and built a simple wooden fence around his home. It worked. Not only did it stop the boars, but it also protected against other animals. Wooden fences offer several advantages. They're eco-friendly compared to metal or plastic. They're affordable, easy to build, and blend into the landscape. They're easy to repair and maintain, saving time and money. Beyond fencing, keeping a family dog can also help. Dogs are alert, loyal, and can sense intruders long before you do. They'll often bark or chase wild boars away, buying you valuable time to respond or call for help. Dogs aren't just pets. They're part of the family, and sometimes the first line of defense. When it comes to wild boars, personal responsibility is just the beginning. To truly manage the crisis, we need community-wide cooperation. If you see a wild boar in your area, report it to local authorities immediately. In one case, a large boar took over a public park sandbox. Residents were terrified. They called the police, and within minutes, officers arrived and safely removed the animal. This example shows just how critical a fast, coordinated response can be. Local governments, farmers, and residents all play a role in keeping communities safe. But prevention isn't just about fences or hunting. It also means handling waste properly. Don't leave trash out in public spaces. It attracts boars like a magnet. And never wander alone in areas where wild boars are known to appear. The growing presence of wild boars in Texas and beyond is partly fueled by human habits. The more aware and proactive we are, the safer our spaces become. If you know of other ways to prevent wild boar damage, drop your suggestions in the comments below. Together, we can help protect our farms, homes, and neighborhoods. And if this video helped you understand the issue more clearly, please like, share, and subscribe to support future content like this.